50. Two baskets A and B each contains a mixture of oranges and lemons. Basket A contains 26 oranges and 13 lemons. Basket B contains 18 oranges and 15 lemons. A child selected a basket at random and picked at random a fruit from it. Determine the probability that the fruit picked was an orange. The probabilities that a husband and a wife would be alive 25 years from now are 0.7 and 0.9 respectively. Find the probability that in 25 years' time, A, both will be alive, B, neither will be alive, C, one will be alive, and D, at least one will be alive. So, but a bag contains blue, green, and red pens of the same type in the ratio of 8 to 2 to 5 respectively. A pen is picked at random without replacement and its color is noted. Determine the probability that the first pen picked is 1. Blue, 2. Either green or red. B. Using a tree diagram, determine the probability that 1. The first two pens picked are both green. 2. Only one of the first pens picked is red. During inter-schools competition, football and volleyball teams from Mokango High School took part. The probability that their football and volleyball teams would win were 3 over 8 and 4 over 7 respectively. Find the probability that A. Both their football and volleyball teams won. B. At least one of their teams won. The water supply in a town depends entirely on water pumps A and B. The probability of pump A failing is 0.1 and the probability of pump B failing is 0.2. Calculate the probability that A. Both pumps are working, B. There is no water in the town, C. Only one pump is working, and D. There is some water in the town. In a livestock research station, a new drug for a certain foal disease is being tried. A sample of 36 foals was diagnosed to have the disease. 20 foals were tested with the drugs and the rest were not. Calculate the probability that a foal picked at random is treated with the drug, not treated with the drug. If a foal is treated, the probability of dying is 1 over 10, while if it's not treated, the probability of dying is 7 over 10. Calculate the probability that a foal picked at random from the 36 is 1. Treated with a drug and will die, not treated with a drug and will die, not treated with a drug and will not die. A science club is made up of 5 boys and 7 girls. The club has 3 officials. Using a tree diagram or otherwise, find the probability that A. The club's officials are all boys, B. 2 of the officials are girls. 2 baskets A and B each contain a mixture of oranges and limes, all of the same size. Basket A contains 26 oranges and 13 limes. Basket B contains 18 oranges and 15 limes. Illustrate this information and the probability that the fruit picked was an orange. In a Form 1 class, there are 22 girls and 18 boys. The probability of a girl completing the secondary education course is 3 over 5. That of a boy is 2 over 3. A student is picked at random from the class. Find the possibility that 1. The student picked is a boy and will complete the course. 2. The student picked will complete the course. Part B. Two students are picked at random. Find the probability that they are a boy and a girl and that both will complete the course. 3 representatives are to be selected randomly from a group of 7 girls and 8 boys. Calculate the probability of selecting 2 girls and 1 boy. A poultry farmer vaccinated 540 of his 720 chickens against a disease. 2 months later, 5% of the vaccinated and 8% of the unvaccinated chickens contracted the disease. Calculate the probability that a chicken chosen at random contracted the disease. The probabilities of 3 dart players, Akinyi, Kamau, and Juma, hitting the bull's eye are 0.2, 0.3, and 0.15 respectively. Draw a probability tree diagram to show the possible outcomes. That's part A. Part B, find the probability that 1, all hit the bull's eye, 2, only one of them hit the bull's eye, and 3, at most, one misses the bull's eye. But an unbiased coin with 2 faces, head and tail, is tossed 3 times. List all the possible outcomes, hence determine the probability of getting 1, at least 2 heads, 2, only 1 tail. B. During a certain mortuary, it is predicted that the weather will either be dry or wet. The probability that the weather will be dry is estimated to be 7/10. The probability for a driver to complete the rally during a dry weather is estimated to be 5/6. The probability for a driver to complete the rally during a wet weather is estimated to be 1/10. Complete the probability tree diagram given below. What is the probability that 1, the driver completes the rally, 2, the weather was wet and the driver did not complete the rally? There are 3 cars A, B, and C in a race. A is twice likely to win as B, while B is twice likely to win as C. Find the probability that A wins the race, B, either B or C wins the race. So, but in the year 2003, the population of a certain district was 1.8 million. 30% of the population was in the age group 15 to 40 years. In the same year, 120,000 people in the district visited the voluntary counseling and testing center for an HIV test. If a person was selected at random from the district in that year, find the probability that the person visited a VCT center and was in the age group 15 to 40 years. The probability. 2 teachers are chosen randomly from a staff consisting of 3 women and 2 men to attend a HIV/AIDS seminar. Calculate the probability that the 2 teachers chosen are A, of the same sex, B, of the opposite sex. So, 2 bags A and B contain identical balls except for the colors. Bag A contains 4 red balls and 2 yellow balls. Bag B contains 2 red balls and 3 yellow balls. If a ball drawn at random, that's part A, if a ball is drawn at random from bag B, find the probability that both balls are of the same color. B, if 2 balls are drawn at random from each bag, 1 bag at a time without replacement, find the probability that 1, the 2 balls drawn from bag A or B are red, 2. All the four balls drawn are red. A student of a certain college has 60% chance of passing an examination at first attempt. Each time a student fails and repeats the examination, his chances of passing are increased by 15%. Calculate the probability that a student in the college passes an examination at the second or at the third attempt. The on a certain day, the probability that it rains is a seventh. When it rains, the probability that amount carries an umbrella is 2/5. When it does not rain, the probability that amount carries an umbrella is a sixth. Find the probability that amount carried an umbrella that day. The probability is a bar contains two white balls and three black balls. A second bar contains three white balls and two black balls. The balls are identical except for the colors. Two balls are drawn at random, one after the other, from the first bag and placed in the second bag. Calculate the probability that the two balls are both white. The probability: a box contains 3 brown, 9 pink, and 15 white cloth pegs. The pegs are identical except for the color. A. Find the probability of picking 1. A brown peg, 2. A pink or a white peg. B. Two pegs are picked at random, one at a time, without replacement. Find the probability that 1. A white peg and a brown peg are picked. 2. Both pegs are of the same color. Two machines, M and N, produce 60% and 40% respectively of total number of items manufactured in a factory. It's observed that 15% of the items produced by the machine M are defective, while 3% of the items produced by the machine N are defective. If an item is selected at random from the factory, find the probability that it is defective. Each morning, Gataro does one of the following exercises: cycling, jogging, or weightlifting. He chooses the exercises to do by rolling a fair die. The faces of the die are numbered 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. If the score is 2, 3, or 5, he goes for cycling. If the score is 1, he goes for jogging. If the score is 4, he goes for weightlifting. A. Find the probability that 1. On a given morning, he goes for cycling or weightlifting. 2. On 2 consecutive mornings, he goes for jogging. B. In the afternoon, Gataro plays either football or hockey, but never both games. The probability that Gataro plays hockey in the afternoon is a third if he cycled, 2/5 if he jogged, and a half if he did weightlifting in the morning. Complete the tree diagram below by writing the appropriate probabilities on each branch. Find the probability that on any given day: 1. Gataro plays football. 2. Gataro neither jogs nor plays football. In a nomination for a committee, 2 people were selected at random from a group of 3 men and 5 women. Find the probability that a man and a woman were selected. The probability: a bar contains 2 white balls and 3 black balls. A second bar contains 3 white balls and 2 black balls. The balls are identical except for the colors. 2 balls are drawn at random, one after the other, from the first bag and placed in the second bag. Calculate the probability that the balls are both white. A committee of 3 people was chosen at random from a group of 5 men and 6 women. Find the probability that the committee consisted of more men than women. In a certain farm, there are 6 men, 4 women employees. 2 employees are chosen at random to attend a seminar. Determine the probability that a man and a woman are chosen. The probability. A bag contains 6 red counters and 4 blue counters. 2 counters are picked from the bag at random without replacement. A. Represent the events using a tree diagram. B. Find the probability that the 2 counters are of the same colors. The table below shows the number of students in each class in a school. The percentage of students in each class who wear glasses is also shown. A. A student is chosen at random from the school. Determine 1. The probability that the student is in Form 4. 2. The probability that the student wears glasses. B. 2 students are chosen at random from the school. Determine 1. The probability that one of the students is in Form 1 while the other student is in Form 2. 2. The probability that one of the students is in Form 1 while the other is in Form 4 and both wear glasses. A box contains 3 brown balls and 9 green balls. The balls are identical except for the color. 2 balls are picked at random without replacement. Draw a tree diagram to show all the possible outcomes. B. Determine the probability that the balls are of different colors. A number is selected at random from the numbers 90, 91, 92, 93, and 94. A second number is then selected at random from the numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5. Afterwards, a quotient is obtained by dividing the first number selected by the second number. Complete the probability space in the following table. 2. Determine the probability that the quotient obtained is a whole number. 3. Determine the probability that the quotient obtained is a recurring decimal. B. In a shooting practice, the probability that a soldier will hit the target in his first attempt is 60%. This probability increases by 10% in the second attempt. The soldier shoots at the target twice. Determine the probability that 1. The soldier will miss the target only once. 2. The soldier will miss the target in both attempts.